Hello. Tonight I'd like to talk about cheap Chinese tooling. I know we've all had our issues with them in the past, but the truth is, for me, if it weren't for the fact that they sell them, I wouldn't have a lot of the stuff in my shop. The quality has been getting better over the years, and this is probably the first major piece of Chinese tooling I ever bought. It's a 6x48 belt sander with a 12-inch disc. I've had this thing way over 20 years. I use it practically every day, and I have abused the hell out of it. But it continues to work quite well. Of course, now that I said that, it'll probably quit on me tomorrow, but I've certainly got my money's worth out of it if it does. I'd like to talk specifically about a new item I just got. It's I've been wanting one for a good while, and it's called an automatic tapping head. It's a device that you use in a drill press, or you can put it in a mill, whatever, and to tap holes. It has automatic reverse on it and everything. I do a lot of drilling and tapping, and I've been wanting one for a long time. I've been looking for a Tapmatic, a domestically made model. I've been watching them for a good while, and the new ones are several hundred, close to $1,000, and used ones you can sometimes find one pretty cheap, but they just really look rough. I've been scared to try one of them. I've been looking at these import ones for a while, and I decided to try one, and my initial reaction is I'm very happy with it. I paid about $200 for this one, and it works beautifully, and I'd like to give you a demonstration here. Here I've got a piece of 1/4 inch by 2 inch hot roll steel. Pretty good, should be a pretty good test for the new tapping head. I'm going to lay out some holes on it. This is another cheap Chinese tool that I get good service out of. I buy these either at Harbor Freight or online, usually for around $19, sometimes $14.95, $19.95. I found if they're as accurate as I need them to be, and I found out a few years ago that the expensive ones break just like the cheap ones when you drop them, which I tend to do a lot. I go through probably a couple of these a year, but at $19 I don't worry about it. I just throw it in the trash, drag out a new one. When I pay $100 for one, I'm a little more distraught about it, but I also don't treat them probably as I should. I abuse them too, but works real well for me. This is a little trick I use for layout a lot of times. If I want a row of holes that are 3/4 inch off the edge, I set my dial indicators and drag it right by there, and you can, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it makes a nice little scribe mark there. That's gonna put those holes a little close together. I think I'll change the spacing. Go 5/8. Flip it over to the other side. And let's put some holes 1 inch from the end. And another sit 2 inches from the end. I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a nice grid there. Should make us, give us 8 holes. Get my center punch out here, automatic center punch. Now I need to find my glasses. Sorry about that, wasn't very well prepared. Alright, got us 8 mark holes laying out there. Let's go to the drill press. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, this is what's known as a center drill. I hope I got it in the middle of the screen there where you can see it. Let me peek around here so I can get you a good look at it. Doesn't really want to focus there, but it's made for starting holes, so it don't crawl around on you. It's got a really small pilot with a relatively big body size. That little small pilot is able to find those center punch indentions and dig into them without crawling around and moving the hole on you. Object here is not to drill a hole, but just to make a starting point for your big bit. I won't bore you with all of that. I'll come back to it after I get them all drilled. All right, there you can see we've got 8 nice starter holes there. And so now I'm going to drill it. I'm going to tap a quarter 28 hole. So the chart on the wall tells me that that requires a number 3 drill bit, which I happen to have right here. We'll stick it in. And we'll drill some holes. There we go. You can see I've only drilled 4 of them. I got another little trick I want to show you with these 4 a little later. But before we go over to the automatic tapping head, I want to countersink those a little bit. This makes a much nicer job. So take countersink. put a little bit of a chamfer on both sides. All right, well, we're ready to go over to the tapping head. Here's our quarter 28 tap, which is fine thread, quarter fine thread. And there's a collet on the machine that'll accept it'll accept everything from like a number 8 up to probably a 1/2 inch 20 thread. There's 2 different collets between the 2 of them. You can get a good range of sizes on there. The lubrication here, and here we go. See if I can get you a close-up of this last one here. There you go, 4 1/4 inch 28 holes. Now I'll show you a trick with these other 4 holes here. This is a different tool I want to show you. It's I call it a Drap. It's a combination drill and tap. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a drill bit on the end and then a tap above it. And with this tool, we can actually drill a hole and tap it and reverse out of it with this tapping head in one operation. And once again, I'll try to get you a close-up. There you go. And no, you can't bar it, Jimmy.